Hi, I'm here to talk about a beautiful game named A Normal Lost Phone. The gameplay is about an hour and a half, maybe more if you want to explore every detail. For me, it took almost 2 hours to fully read every text, email, and message in the game. The game starts without giving you much. You just have a phone and you have no idea what is going on in the game at the beginning. The only thing that you can do is to go through the applications to find out whose phone is this, what happened to them, and why they don't have their phone anymore. I started by just clicking around to see what is going on. But I have to say, the game creates the feeling of an intruder at first. I felt really weird going through the phone of a stranger. And phones are one of the most personal belongings of people with all their secrets and feelings hidden inside. But as the game continues, I found myself obligated to know the true story, and I really wanted to know why the owner didn't have their phone anymore and why they have lost it. The game is pretty simple. It's a text based narrative game where you can easily figure out what you are supposed to do and how the mechanics of the game work early in the game. You must figure out several passwords to proceed, and with a little bit of attention to the details in the texts, you can easily get them. Wi Fi, Lovebird application, the secret calculator, and the VIP pass. This adds a slight challenge to the story since some applications are not accessible and there's no way to finish the game without solving these little puzzles. But I had a cheerful feeling of achievement whenever I could find a small hint in the texts and I was able to open an application. Dates and numbers are really important in the process of the game. If you pay attention to the dates of the pictures or the dates in the calendar application, you can figure out the passwords really easily. Another thing I wanted to mention about the design of the game is the music. Listening to the music in the background while looking around in the phone is very enjoyable, since the game doesn't have any sound effects except for the clicking sounds. The music enhances the experience of the game and adds more emotions to it, especially where after opening the email application, you can listen to the original music that Sam herself had composed. Now let's talk about the story of the game. Early in the game, you can find out that the phone belongs to Sam, short for Samuel, an 18-year-old boy. Well, an 18-year-old trans woman named Samira. You realize this after exploring the game. The more you dig into her text messages and emails, the more you get to know her journey. It is as if by having her phone, I could feel connected to Sam. I wanted her to have closure and not feel alienated in her own body because of her family or the city she lived in. I'm recently getting familiar with games related to or created by LGBTQ community, and with each game I realize what has been missing from the games that I have been playing, or the video game industry in general. Sam's story, not unlike many other people with similar experiences, makes you think about the whole idea of what queer people go through to find their identity. We need to have more games like this. Games can be considered one of the most informative platforms because of the interactivity they offer. The player becomes the character and learns so much from the story of the game. Games can be so much more informative than other forms of media. Therefore, everyone needs to be given a chance to tell their stories using a game, and those games need to be recognized. This is actually what Anna Anthropy discusses in her book, The Rise of Video Game Zinisters. The BU Forum is one of the other parts of this game that had a heartwarming and nice feeling. I felt wonderful that Samira could finally be herself with these people because they're going through the same feelings and experiences. The pictures in this section, in my opinion, are the highlight of the whole game. The minimal visuals in a text-based game can affect the whole experience of the game and make it more valuable. The pure happiness and beauty in Samira's smile in her picture is precious. She is herself. She feels belonged and is loved in this community. This is her home, where she doesn't need to hide her true self. This dual life, hidden from everyone, although overwhelming on some levels, is something comforting for the protagonist. We can see that in many stories that the person joins or even creates another world for themselves to feel comfortable, since there is an oppressing higher power in the society that doesn't allow them to be their true selves and stops them to express themselves. This double life reminded me of the book Slay by Brittany Morris, where the main character had created another world in the form of a video game just to be able to live as who she really is. The process of maturation is another concept I thought about playing this game. In the text, you can see that many people are congratulating Sam on her 18th birthday and telling her that now she is an adult, a man. Although at the end of the game, we can finally see the start of her adult life as a woman, when she ironically runs away with the birthday gift from her homophobic father, a motorcycle, a stereotypical gift for a boy who just became a man. Sam is going to experience a whole new world and experience the maturation process of being who she truly is. And by deleting all the data on the phone at the end of the game, we can help her achieve her goal and get her a new home, a home away from home. All in all, I enjoyed playing this short game and I recommend it to everyone. It is just a cozy, simple game, but with a deep meaning that makes you think for a while after finishing it.